What's up, guys? MarcTheGreatest here, and today's video I'm going to be talking about pressure makes diamonds. Now, if you're new to my channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, share this video if you guys want more of my upcoming videos. And let's get right into it, y'all. So I want to thank you guys for coming in to this video right now. And I know I haven't been posting in the past about a week and a half. I posted a video about 12 days ago. So this is a new video for you guys. So pressure makes diamonds, okay? And what do I mean by this? I mean that if you go through hard times, you're going to end up being a diamond. You know, all those L's that you take in your life, all those upsets in your life, that's going to make you a champion. When you feel like, oh man, I'm at the bottom of the bottom right now, always tell yourself, this is where champions are made. One time this week, I was experiencing, being the feeling of being overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed by school. I was overwhelmed by, homework and stuff. But in the back of my mind, I said, I'm going through a tough time right now. But this is where champions are made. Champions are made through tough times. Champions are made through big L's and big upsets. Champions are made when they're put under pressure. So I want you guys to remember that pressure isn't always a bad thing. You may be going through a tough time in your life right now. You may be, people might be talking about you. People might not believe in you. People might have counted you out. Some people might consider you the underdog. But as long as you keep going, that is what makes you a champion. A champion goes through things when they don't feel like going through them. A champion goes through hardships when they're not doing the best in life. A champion fights even when they're not on the best, even when they're not in the best position on the board. A champion still fights. A champion knows how to lose. Yes, even though he is a champion, every champion has lost. Every champion has had some sort of defeat in their life. Every champion has gone through an upset at least at one point in their life in order to be a champion. Sometimes you got to lose over and over and over again in order to be a champion. For me to be a Forex trader, I had to lose over and over again. I had to lose account after account after account, one after the other. But guess what? Through those losses, I gained experience. Through those losses, you gain experience. Okay? You gain a certain level of knowledge that you wouldn't have if you did not take action. Okay? So sometimes you got to take action and fail. Sometimes you got to keep fighting until something sticks. A champion isn't somebody on the sidelines. A champion isn't somebody waiting for a handout. A champion keeps trying things, keeps throwing sticks, keeps throwing balls until something sticks. They keep going until something works. And that's how entrepreneurship works. You got to keep failing and you got to keep trying until something works. And one of the faster ways of doing it is getting a mentor. But even with a mentor, it still requires you to take action. It still requires you to fail, to try and fail. That's where champions are made. Champions that are, people that are willing to stick things out are considered champions. People that have the grit and the perseverance and never give up until they get to their goal, that is considered a champion. Okay? And these hard times, these things where you're failing over and over again, that is pressure, you guys. And that's what makes a diamond. Pressure. If you think about how a diamond is built. You think about how it has to go through heat. It has to go through a beat down. It has to go through some sort of uncomfortable process in order for it to shine brightly. Yes, the diamond itself doesn't have feelings, but it goes through a very hard process. It goes through a battle of heat. It goes through a battle of being hammered down on over and over again. And in life is going to do the exact same way. Life is going to burn you up and life is going to hammer you down. But it's what you do with that process. And that the process is going to determine, you know, you in that process is going to determine, okay, am I going to be a champion or am I going to just give up early and be a loser? Okay? If you're not willing to go through the pressure, you're going to be a loser. Champions went through it even when it was uncomfortable. Champions went through those hard times and those upsets even when it was uncomfortable. So I'm just here to tell you guys, don't give up. Yes, you may fail a few times. Yes, you may have to, you know, maybe you have to repeat something a few times. But as long as you keep getting back up, as long as you don't ever give up, that is what makes a true champion. That is what makes a true champion. When you go through things and you're willing to go through the adversity, and I think, and I'm going to be honest here, most people don't want to go through that. I remember times where I didn't want to go through it, but in the back of my head, I said, if I really want to be successful, I have to go through it. In order to be a good trader, I have to go through this. I have to go through upsets and trials and tribulations in order to be some sort of success, in order to get somewhere, to meet certain people. And see, when you go through the hard times, then and when you succeed, and then people see that, they're like, wow, wow, this dude actually been through something. This dude actually was able to go through something very difficult and make it out on the other side. That's respectable. So I'm just here to tell you guys, and you know, sometimes you need to go through hard times. Sometimes you need to go through those upsets, and you just need to go through that sometimes, and sometimes it's not, you can't avoid it. You can't avoid it sometimes because struggle and hard times, that's inevitable. When there's good times, there's always bad times, and vice versa. When there's bad times, there's always good times. So you got to always remember, okay, the good times are temporary. The bad times are temporary. But as long as I have the grit to go through them both, I'm going to be successful no matter what. I'm going to be successful no matter what. If I can get through both the good and the bad times, that's a guarantee for success. It might take you 3 years. It might take you 5 years. It may even take you 10 years or even a couple decades. But as long as you're willing to go through those ups and downs, you'll be all right. If you look at the stock market doesn't always just go up. It also has periods where there's a crash. There's also periods where it goes down. And success is the exact same way, right? You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have periods where you're going up real good, and then you're going to have periods where you're going down. But if you look at the process, And if you look at the stock market over a 10-year period, you see that it gradually goes up. And success is the exact same way. You have the up and down periods, maybe on a daily basis, maybe on a weekly or monthly basis. You may have some good months and you may have some bad months. But if you're willing to go through that, you're going to see a gradual increase in your progress. You know what I'm saying? But if and another thing I want to add too is if you're consistent every day. If you're consistent every day in something, you're gonna see that gradual process. You're gonna see that gradual increase in your bank account, in what you learn. You're gonna know more about a subject than you did before. You know what I mean? Like your knowledge increases. You as an individual person, I feel like your value increases because you're learning a lot more, because you're improving yourself. And that's what it takes. Consistent efforts every day. That pressure every single day. If you let yourself go through pressure, right? If you let yourself go through hard times, if you accept the hard times and you don't deny them or you don't cry about them. Yes, it's a hard time. Yes, you may feel like crying at times, but sometimes you got to go through it. It's inevitable. Everybody goes through down times. Even the richest people in the world, they go through down times. There's no perfect human being. Like everyone has had a low point in their life or low points in their life. You know what I'm saying? Everyone is going to go through some sort of adversity, whether it's school, whether it's work, whether it's business, whether it's a marriage or relationship, finding a girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever or whatever you guys do. But it's all going to require, all of it requires some sort of pain. One thing I heard from one guy named Andrew Tate, he said, it's going to be painful to get good with women. It's going to be painful to be rich and successful. It's going to be painful to get strong. So in order for you to get strong, you got to go through some sort of pain so that as you grow stronger, you've built a higher tolerance for that pain. When you haven't done an exercise long enough, you're going to be a little bit more vulnerable to pain. But if you put yourself through that pain and you accept the pain, then you're going to build a higher tolerance for that pain. Let me say that again. If you are willing to go through that pain and put yourself through that pain and accept that pain, then you're going to build a higher tolerance for that pain. You guys get it? So I'm just here to tell you guys, pressure makes diamonds. Don't ever forget this, y'all. I don't care if you're going through an upset. And one thing I've noticed too is a lot of people, that I've seen, a lot of people that are connected to people that I know have been killing themselves. A lot of people have been committing suicide. But I'm here to tell you guys that that's never the answer. That's only an escape. It's only an escape for a temporary situation. And to be honest, it's really not an escape. Because with every action, there's an opposite reaction to it. So if you're, let's say, committing suicide, I don't want to even say this. This is upsetting. But if you see people doing this, there's a consequence for that action. There's a consequence. There's a consequence for your actions, and you may not feel the consequence, but every decision that you make is going to impact the people that are important to you. Let me say that again, y'all. Y'all, some of y'all need to hear this. Some of y'all might be on the verge of giving up. Some of y'all might be on the verge of quitting. But I'm here to tell you guys, your decisions is going to impact the people around you, not only yourself. I want you guys to think about this. The people that are counting on you, the people that love you, are going to be impacted if you quit. They're going to be impacted. They're going to be impacted if you quit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here to tell you guys, don't ever quit your life, your very own life that you were given, the your own life that you were blessed to have. And people take that for granted. People say, "Oh, my situation is too hard." Yes, every situation is hard. It may seem impossible. It may seem like a very dim or very dark, but keep going. Keep going. If you're willing to make a change in your life, you can. It may not happen right away. It may be a very slow process, but keep walking. Don't make a temporary, don't make a permanent decision for a temporary circumstance. Let me say that again. Don't make a permanent decision for a temporary circumstance. I want you guys to know this because pressure makes diamonds. You may be going through a hard time, and I get it. I've been at the bottom. I'm still going through things. You may be going through some pressure right now in your life. But if you're willing to stick it out, you're going to make your family very proud. If you're willing to stick it out and find a solution and work with it and try your very best, your family's going to be very proud of you. So I'm here to tell you guys, pressure makes diamonds. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're new, please subscribe. Also smash that like button and hit that notification bell if you guys want more of my upcoming videos, y'all. And I hope everyone has a great day, y'all. It's Mark the Greatest. Peace.